So it's the next morning. I don't always take video when I'm working on cars. Sometimes it's too hard to stop. I don't know where I'm going. So I got the gas tank out. As you can see here, I've already taken the sending unit off the top and brought it. I brought it inside because I wanted to look at it, make sure I got the right one. So this gas tank has a hole in it. Small hole, only a little bit of fuel leaks out, only about 3 gallons a minute. So anyway, there it is. There's the new tank here. Luckily it looks like the same thing. It's a 31 gallon. The sending units, oh god. The sending units online, a lot of them are, for this particular truck, the tubes that come out go like this and then down because they're made to fit in on the side. So let me explain what I got going on here. This is a rough lumber stand that I built a long time ago. It was actually originally for fish tanks, 125 gallon fish tanks. They had some serious weight on them, not this much. I've got the wheels sitting on supports, but I could not get this sway bar off. Those nuts are just on there too tight, and I don't have the type of tools required to take them off. It's really a shame that it's so dark in there, so you probably can't see much. I broke my breaker bar clean off trying to get those bolts off, and so I decided to take the gas tank out through the sway bar. Well, in order to do that, the axle needs to be drooped so that it's got enough room to clear and slip down to the floor. Once that happens, in order for it to fall this way and clear the sway bar, the entire truck has to be lifted high enough. So I jacked the truck from the back originally, and it was too sketchy, and the truck fell on my jack stand and broke the head clean off. Now, of course, I'm looking at this now, 2 ton, 4,000 pounds on that jack stand. The truck weighs 8,000, well, it's 11,000 GVW, so that's how much it can hold if it's loaded. I would estimate the truck probably weighs 8,000, 9,000, which is why I'm not putting it on my 8,000 pound lift. I'm not going to try it. But anyway, it fell on the jack stand, broke the head off, and so I decided to not jack from the back, and I jacked from the sway bar. Jacked from the sway bar was way more stable. I had the jack, instead of parallel with the truck, I had it perpendicular to the truck so that it couldn't do that thing that it did before. Jacked it up, it worked fine, but the jack was in the way of the tank dropping down. So what I had to do was jack it up with the sway bar, support it under the back, let the axle droop down, the gas tank fell out, then I was able to jack it back up, support the wheels, move the jack, then get the gas tank out. And I have to repeat this process to get the new one in. That's sketchy. So I have not done any work under this truck. I haven't even gone under this truck with it up on jacks or jack stands or this thing. I'm not comfortable with that. I would not recommend anyone going underneath the truck unless it's well supported. Which is why, when I bought my sending unit, I bought a pair of 12-ton jack stands. 24,000 pounds apiece. So that I can support this thing properly when I go to put this thing back in. It's funny, when I first tried this, I had the bucket truck all the way inside, and the bucket, when I jacked the truck up, the gas tank was within millimeters of falling out, and the bucket hit the. It didn't hit it. I mean, I was jacking it up. It slowly touched the ceiling, and so I removed my controls off of the bucket, which gained me another 6 inches. And it still didn't drop down, so I had to move the bucket truck just out the door and chock the wheels. And that, it allowed me to jack the truck up so that I could clear the ceiling. What a ridiculous process. I can't believe I've done 2 gas tanks this year. I don't think I've ever done a gas tank before. So, what I've learned, if you want to keep the vehicle, buy a plastic tank, first of all. Second is just buy the sending unit. Just buy it with the tank. Very rarely are you going to take the tank out and the sending unit's going to be pristine. I mean, it is on the inside of the tank, but I just touched the hoses on the top and the thing was so crispy it just fell apart in my hands. So, buy your sending unit. Mine has the fuel pump inside the tank. It might be worth buying the fuel pump. I'm going to chance it. I mean, obviously the fuel pump was working. So I'm going to hope that, boy, that's, as I'm saying this, I'm thinking, do I really want to chance it with all that work to get it in there? So anyway, that's the bucket truck gas tank project. Halfway. This is I'm implementing my new garage work strategy, which is bring the thing in, take it off, see what you need. Order the parts, wait for them to come in, then put them back in, instead of trying to do it all at once. I mean, I bought the gas tank because I knew that's what I needed. I should probably buy straps, too, because those straps are, I don't know, I mean, they're straps, right? They're metal, they're not going anywhere. Look at the size of that sway bar. Isn't that insane? I don't know if there's enough light in there for you to see it, but I mean, obviously, for a truck that has a big bucket on it, swinging around 35 feet in any direction, you want a heavy sway bar. But anyway, so that's the bucket. Onward and upward.